Minecraft, a game with over 200 million copies, is the best-selling video game of all time. But even if it's the most known game in the world, it still has many mysteries. But before we jump in the iceberg, I would like to say that this video isn't original. Credit to Retro Gaming Now for inspiring me to make this. His channel will be put in the description. With that out of the way, let's jump in the iceberg. The Farlands. The Farlands are a terrain bug which can generate over 12 million blocks from spawn. There are 4 types of Farlands: the original Farlands, the Fartherlands, the Edge Farthest Lands and the Corner Farlands. But it's not over yet. It's confirmed that there are Farlands beyond Farlands. Look at this photo so you could understand what I mean. As you saw, there were the normal Farlands, the Fartherlands, and the Farthest Farlands, where don't get me started on how far are those lands. But now you're probably wondering, has anyone ever reached the Farlands legitimately? Well, the answer is yes. Kilo Crazy Man reached the Farlands in June 2020, starting in mid-2019, so it took him about 9 months to reach the Farlands. Upon arrival, he received $10,000 from Notch for his efforts. Notch's brother Herobrine, known as Notch's dead brother too, has a texture of a Steve with fully white eyes. The first sighting of Herobrine was posted in 4chan in 2010. Here it is. So in the distance, there is a Steve figure with blank white eyes, which today is known as Herobrine. The screenshot is very bad quality, so the figure doesn't even look clear in the distance, but people confirm that this is Herobrine. Also there is a theory that Herobrine is Notch's dead brother, but that's just not real, because Notch doesn't even have a brother. Creepers are plants, so there's been a theory going on that creepers are plants. The reason people think this is true is because their texture is made of dried crunchy leaves. Game Theory has also posted a video about creepers, and he said that creepers have been determined to be a species of mobile peat moss. The Ether is an old popular mod, which adds the heaven dimension to Minecraft. People thought that this wasn't a mod, but instead it's in the game. Sadly that's just a myth and the Ether is just a mod. Young me used to believe that too. I made a glowstone portal, only to find out that it doesn't work. Disc 11 and 13. So you know that Minecraft has music discs, right? Well, there are 2 creepy music discs, not like the other ones, called just 11 and 13. Let's talk about disc 11 first. So disc 11 doesn't even play music, it plays a sound clip of someone running away from something. Hear it by yourself. Okay, before we talk about what we just heard, I will say that disc 11 is exactly 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 111 milliseconds. And when played in a spectrogram, you can make out a Steve face and a few numbers. Okay, now let's talk about what we just heard. So the entire soundtrack is of a player using a flint and steel, then you hear the player using some type of paper, probably reading a book or just a paper, then you hear the player running from something, then you hear bundle of stone and dirt being placed by the player, and lastly, the important part, the roar, and then it just ends like that. So people think that the roar at the end is either an Enderman, or a weird creature that will be added to game at some point. What do you guys think? Well, get your scuba diving gear with you, because we're going underwater. Game Mode 4. Now, there's very little information about what's Game Mode 4. The reason is because there is only Game Mode 0, 1, 2 and 3. Game Mode 4 doesn't exist. But, some people created Game Mode 4, it isn't a game mode exactly. It was a survival multiplayer where they used command blocks to replicate the feel of modded Minecraft. This started in May 2015 and lasted through July. Enderman. So anyone who has played Minecraft knows that Endermen exist and what they are. But there are some mysteries about these guys. First of all, they're called Endermen for a reason, because when they make a sound effect, it's actually just distorted English. For example, hello? Look for the eye. What's up? As you probably heard, Endermen can actually talk. Game Theory has posted a video about Enderman 2, saying that they were once normal players, but became Enderman probably by eating a lot of chorus fruit. Also they say look for the eye because they want you to look for Ender eyes. Super secret settings. Super secret settings are a setting that has been introduced and tested on since the 1.7.2 update. It featured bunch of shaders, changing the game's looks by a lot. Sadly, they were removed in Snapshot 15W31A, but you can still kinda get those shaders by switching to spectator mode and taking a viewpoint of a mob. Where does the sun go? So you know that the Minecraft world is infinite, right? Well, how does the sun spin around it then, since the world is infinite? Well, we have an answer for this big question. The sun goes down the overworld without us knowing, meaning that the sun is infinitely far from the world. In fact, it goes more infinite than the overworld, if that makes sense. Well guys, get ready, because we're going to the depths of the iceberg. The nether is under the world, so if you want to go to the nether or the end, you'll have to make a portal. But there are theories suggesting otherwise. People say that the nether is under the overworld, but that isn't true, because when you dig the bedrock floor in the overworld, everything after the bedrock is just empty void, and the reason people say that is because the nether has a roof, and it says that if you fall far enough into the void, you will land in the nether roof. But like I said, it's fake. The title screen seed. Definitely all Minecraft players have seen the old iconic Minecraft title screen. Everything was going fine, until people started wondering in what seed was the screenshot taken. So a YouTuber named Salk1 made a video about finding the title screen. It was a huge challenge, but eventually, they did it. If you're wondering what the seed is, I'll flash it on the screen right now. Enchanting table language. Many people wonder, what is the enchanting table language? Well, we've got an answer. Turns out the letters are just from the galactic alphabet, but when you translate what it says in the enchanting table, it's full nonsense. So question got answered. The soul sand and chiseled deep slate texture. Okay, let's talk about the chiseled deep slate texture first. As you can see, the chiseled deep slate looks like it has a face on it. People say that this face is of a mob, mostly the warden, a creature bigger and more powerful than the iron golem. The face does look a little like the warden's, but the warden doesn't have a straight face, instead a kinda more of a sad face, and it also doesn't have any eyes. There's also some other people saying it's a creature that will be added to the game at some point. What do you guys think? Okay, now let's move on to the soul sand texture. So many say that the soul sand has souls trapped inside of it, so these small parts in the soul sand are actually people. I kinda do believe in this theory, because when you also place or break the soul sand, it makes the sound of the wither, which does sound like humans breathing. Well, that's all for this part of the iceberg. Prepare, because we're going to the most mysterious part of the iceberg, the abyss. Almost there, so you know that Minecraft has secret achievements. For example, how did we get here is a secret achievement, and it's secret because it's the hardest achievement in the game, or that's what people thought. You see, when Mojang added the April Fool's snapshot, they made so that you can travel to billions weird dimensions. But the thing they didn't tell you is that there is a secret achievement called Almost There. You get this achievement when you travel with the nether portal in another dimension 1 billion times. This achievement isn't really hard, but it's the quantity of times you'll have to do it. It's been calculated. To complete his achievement, it will take you around 126 years. That's why it's considered to be the hardest achievement in the game. Brown bricks. Brown bricks is something that you should really not research. If you're going to research it, do it with your own risk. Minecraft post-credits scene. Don't watch. The Minecraft post-credits scene is a weird Minecraft video showing someone play a really old version of the game while weird music plays in the background. If you don't want to get weirded out or creeped out, don't watch it, or again, watch it at your own risk. Well, that's gonna be the end of the video. I know this iceberg video is quite short, but it just turned out this way. Do you want a part 2? Tell me in the comments. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Bye.